In this video, I'm going to break down how to sell high ticket offers directly in the DMs. And this is a message that I got from Nathan Chan, who's the founder of Founder. And he said 27.5K USD in 1 week and 5 to 7 hours of his time spent on the weekend proving it out. So that is the system that I showed him with regards to how to sell directly in the DMs. And to be clear, you can also use what I'm going to share with you to set and schedule sales calls. So if right now you're sick of taking sales calls or you want more sales calls, this DM, this messenger, this chat sales system that I'll share with you, for me personally, has made me multiple millions of dollars in cash collected in profit. And I was actually at a mastermind a few years ago where there was people there making $1 million, $2 million a month. And I shared with them this system and how I was making back then 300K per month in profit from it. And they were like, what? This is ridiculous. So I'm going to break it down because there are two really big mistakes I see people making when it comes to selling in the DMs. And I don't want you to make those mistakes. The first one is having a really long conversation. If your DM conversations are going back and forth for a really long time, and you find that you're just spending hours in the DMs, or you have setters in your DMs who are trying to do the DMs for you and they're not doing it well, it's probably because they're not following the right framework. So I'll share with you the framework to follow. And the second thing that I see, even when companies are already making $1 million or $2 million a month, when they come to me to get the DM sales dialed in, they usually are not tracking their leads properly and they don't have a hit list. So I'll share with you how to avoid those mistakes so that you can do it right. Cool. If you're here with me live, drop live down below. If you're watching the replay, drop replay. Thanks for being here. So first things first, the overall flow, the overall structure. First thing in the DMs is that you need to know if someone's an ideal client or not. So you're going to have one or two qualifying questions, and after that, you're going to use the magic line. So an example of qualifying questions, okay, I'll give you an example from when I had my fitness offer, which I started about 11 years ago now. Okay, I've been in the online game for a pretty long time. An example of a fitness offer is I would ask somebody a question, which would be, what are you looking to do? Are you looking to tone up, lose fat, or gain muscle? That's the first question, okay? I see a lot of people go in the DMs and they'll ask a close-ended question, and a close-ended question is where you get a yes or a no response. You never want to do that. Close-ended questions are like death to DM sales. So instead of asking a close-ended question, when somebody comes into your DMs, or if even you're doing outreach, because there's multiple different ways you can get a conversation started, right? And by the way, in a couple of weeks, if you're watching the replay, less than that, I'll leave a link in the description or somewhere around this video. I'm running a 3-day virtual summit, which breaks down basically how to fill your DMs with a bunch of really, really good leads. It's a social media sales summit. We're going to be talking all things content to get more people into the DMs. Right now, we're talking about like the back end system, okay? Once you've got people in your DMs, once you've done outreach, or once they've come inbound to you, what to do. So I won't get into like how to get people into the DMs because I'll literally be here for like 5 hours. If so, that's why I'm running that summit. But I digress. So in the DMs, when you've got someone in the DMs, you've done outreach, they've come into your DMs, basically instead of asking them, what are you here for? Or asking them some vague question, you ask them an open-ended question that has 3 potential responses. Why? Well, just think about like a multiple choice quiz, right? If you have a multiple choice quiz, you know, like the ones that you did in school, right? If it's a pop quiz and there's only a couple of answers, you're always going to be more likely to actually do it and do it quickly if you can easily answer one of those 3 things. And so those 3 responses that you put there in the DM chat are going to be things that people usually tell you that they're struggling with. So for me, for example, if let's just say I'm sending all my new followers a message, it would be something along the lines of, appreciate you following. Are you here because you're looking to generate more leads, make more profit in less time, or leverage AI to scale your business more quickly? Guys, most of the time people just say all of the above. When they do, that implies that they are a potential lead for your business. Why? Because they've basically just told you, I have a problem that you can solve, because they voted by their response. So think about what that first question should be that you want to ask. Right after that, you may have a few more qualifying questions. Like for example, for me, I'd be like, okay, cool. How much extra profit are you trying to add to your month for your business, right? If it's like about fitness or whatever, it's like, okay, cool. Like how much weight are you trying to lose? You just ask another qualifying question to make sure they're a fit. After that, here's the key. It's called the magic line. The magic line, guys, has made me so many friggin' sales I cannot even tell you. And the magic line is as follows. Okay, get ready to write this one down. So it's when you know that there are already an ideal client for you, you use the magic line. And the magic line is, okay, great. Right now, I'm taking on a small number of people to work closely with to do exactly that. So, do you have 5 or 10 minutes to keep the chat open so I can break down how? Guys, this is key. I'm telling you, I only figured this out after having probably after about 5,000 DM conversations. Nah, it's got to be more, because if I look at my CRM, so the way I found this out is because like I kept getting ghosted in the DMs, and people would say, oh yeah, sounds good, but then they would never like actually follow through. And so then what I realized I had to do is I had to ask them, cool, do you have time to keep the chat open? And then they would leave the chat open, and then I'd be like, okay, great. So the first thing, ... and then you send the message. Okay, so what you then do is once they say yes, they've got time to keep the chat open, you then send them a Google Doc or a quick video breaking down your offer and exactly how it works. This is really important, and it's a step not to miss. Ask them to keep the chat open, use the magic line. And then from there, you send them the video. Maybe it's like 5 to 10 minutes. 2 minutes after sending them the video, you go and do a little heart on one of their previous messages. Gets their attention. If the video is 5 minutes long, 4 minutes into the video, you're going to send to them how we looking. Because I'm literally giving you the source right here. You send them how we looking. You can send this to your setters. You can send this to your team. This is going to make you sales. Now, at the same time, before I get into the rest of the DM closing technique, I need to break down the hit list method. So you know how in the beginning I said like you want to basically see if someone is an ideal client for your business? If they are, you want to track them. And you don't need to use like a fancy CRM or anything like that. I'll drop a link to the CRM that I use and that I like, okay? But you can literally just do this on a spreadsheet. You want to capture their name, you want to drop a link to their profile, and you want to basically write down some information about what they're looking for. The reason you don't just want to put their name there, okay, is because you need to know what their profile is, because they may change their username. And you want to also in the DMs try and grab some secondary form of contact. So after they say, yeah, I've got 5 minutes, you'll say to them, cool, what's your best email address so that I can send over the info? Or cool, what's your best phone number so that I can send that to you via WhatsApp or whatever platform most of your ideal clients use. Okay, this is how then you get a secondary piece of information to then follow up with them if they start ghosting on DMs, they change their profile, their Instagram gets banned, their LinkedIn gets blocked, their Facebook gets blocked or whatever, okay? This is like the stuff that makes a lot of sales. And again, I'm not making any guarantees here, right? I don't know you, don't know your work ethic. I'm not saying you're going to implement this the right way, okay? But I'm just sharing with you the system, how it works. So then after that, you've got them on the hit list. You figured out they have a problem. You send them the magic line. You send them the overview document, the Loom video, right? There's very specific ways of setting this up that you need to make sure that the offer is appealing for them and it gives them all the information that they need delivered to them in an outcome-oriented manner. Let's say the video is 4 minutes, basically like, 2/3 of the way in, you're going to send to them how we looking. If they ghost you, you phone them, okay? Because you got their phone number by now. If they don't reply to you, no worries, you've got them on the hit list. 1 hour later, you go into the chat, you double tap a message that they sent you previously. I like having someone on the team who's full-time on this because, as a founder, it's a lot of work to kind of keep up with all these chats. Because when you're using the type of content that I'll go through in the social media sales summit, again, the link is somewhere around here, guys. You can get an early bird ticket right now for like some stupid price. It's like less than $100. Regular ticket, $197. Literally, we're doing early bird pricing right now. So grab your spot right now if you want a system or if you want to know basically how to generate leads into the DMs. But with that being said, right after you have now sent them the Google Doc and everything, obviously then the chat, they're going to come back to the chat and they're going to ask you something along the lines of, cool, what's the next step? And after you've sent them how we looking, they're going to respond to that. They're going to say, cool, looks good. And then you're going to be like, okay, cool, do you have 2 or 3 more minutes so that I can break down how we can get started? And then they're going to be like, yes or no. If they say no, you reschedule a time. You can book a call if you want. Don't have to. You can do it in DMs. Ideally, you just then grab their email, send them a calendar invite to get back in the chat, okay? Just treat it seriously. If, though, they respond back and they're like, yeah, cool, I've got some time. You're like, okay, great. So, and then you basically pitch them your offer. You break it down. Cool. So there's a couple different ways to get started. The one from what I've seen from you so far looks like the first and best option is going to be da da da, and you break down what the offer is and how they can jump in, how they can get started. And you wait with them right there in the chat while they take care of the payment. Okay, now obviously I could get mega tactical and all this. It seems I've got a calendar invite for another call that I'm going to have to go to in a sec. Got like 4 minutes. So let me explain. So you send them the offer. They're there in the DMs. They're there live. Do you have another 2 minutes so that I can get you started right now? Make an offer specific to those who join up and sign up in the DMs. So because you're here with me right now, I can do something special for you and then make them some special offer. Usually if you go to this page and you sign up right now, you're going to see that the price is this, it costs that, here's how, you'd get started. But when you sign up with me here now, right here in this chat, here's something special that I can do for you, and do something special for them. Usually the best thing is a bonus. I don't prefer to give discounts. I prefer to give some type of bonus here. The bonus is the thing that's going to get them to take action and move right now. Okay? And then from there, anyone that's ghosting you in the DMs, anyone that's not responding to you, anyone who, just says that they're interested and they don't sign up, you have them, remember, on the hit list I told you about. Guys, the hit list, like if you actually seriously implement this, I'm telling you, this can add so much revenue to your business. Because with regards to the hit list, then what you do, ideally guys, I did this literally by myself for years. But what you can do is in the DMs, right? You then go back to everyone first thing every morning. You're going to have a massive list of people. And you're going to have two lists. You're going to have an active hit list and a long-term hit list. Anyone that has talked to you in the last 7 days, you put them always back on the active hit list. Anyone who's more long-term, you then move them onto the long-term hit list. And what the active hit list is, as I said, it's anyone that has communicated with you in the last 7 days, right? And what you do is you don't just go in there and you guys ban yourself from saying just following up. Ban yourself from saying something like, oh yeah, I can definitely help you. Okay, you don't say those things. The long-term hit list, you just get in the chat and you just double tap one of the previous messages that you sent to them because it bumps you up to the top. Okay? And then if there's been more than 2 days where they haven't responded to you, you use what I call value-added follow-up. Okay? And essentially what value-added follow-up is where you take one of your pieces of content and you say, oh, I remember that you were looking to do blah, 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 whatever they said they were looking to do. You remember that message that you sent in the beginning had 3 choices. Make 3 pieces of content relating to those 3 choices, okay? And basically whatever they said, you take that content and you say, I remember you were looking to do this. This should help you. And you just send it to them. Bumps them up again. Value added. Okay? And then if they don't reply, again, for the 7 days after they last message you, you double tap their messages. If they're on the long-term hit list, once a month, I call it an offer cyclone. And it's basically where you have a series of offers that you cycle through once a month. You go through the entire list, someone from your team. You can pre-record a voice memo and drop it down. Yes, you can do that. You can also just send a one-liner which says, are you still looking to whatever it was that they were looking to do? The thing that they said in those 3 messages. Are you still looking to tone up? Are you still looking to make more profit from social media? Might have something that you'd like. Or another option that you can do there, okay, what you can do is you can just say, this month, I'm opening up X number of spots for X avatar in order to do outcome. Are you still interested? Boom, done. You do that once a month for everyone on your long-term hit list. And what you can also do once a month is you can have a session with just you and a bunch of other people who are kind of in the decision-making phase. And it's kind of like, listen, this month I'm inviting a few people who are considering working with me to join me on a private session where you can ask me anything about how it works. The session's at this time. Shall I put you on the private list, the guest list? Okay, and then you can have basically a one-to-many sales call. And you can always jump into breakout rooms in order to collect a bunch more cash that you otherwise wouldn't get. And guys, if you implement what I talked about here, this could be a major game changer for your business. So if there are any questions, let me know. By the way, I'm going live basically every day, so make sure to stay tuned for what I got coming up here. And I'm grateful to serve you. Thanks for watching, and go make some money in the DMs. I've got to jump to another call now. Short and sweet, but I'm grateful to